Bam, bam, bam. Oh, did I say bam already? I think I had another one. Bam. This is Untitled, and I'm your host and moderator, R. Jones. Welcome to another riveting show that we have for you tonight. I want to thank everyone for their support and tuning in. Like I said, my name is R. Jones, and joining me, as always, my dude, formerly of the BX and now residing in NC, that's North Carolina for you cats don't know. My man Dominic Donato. How you doing, Dominic?
Good to go. R, how you doing, buddy?
I salute thee. Everything is going well. Can't complain, brother. Can't complain. This is going to be an interesting show. I mean, I want to see how many people turn out. You got game one. I get it. But for some, it's an interesting game because at first, and maybe you feel the same way. At first, I thought this was going to be kind of like a boring series or whatnot. Not the ratings grabber like some other matchups that should, that might have been. But I don't know. There's a few intriguing storylines to this. There's a few. One is like I see the whole Luka versus Jayson Tatum as far as legacies are concerned. I found that to be an interesting little deal. And we're going to get into that a little bit later. But first, let's get into a little baseball with our team, the beloved New York Yankees, and they are on a tear. Right now they're playing at home against the Minnesota Twins. I believe the score is tied 2-2. I don't know what inning it is. I think it might be. Matter of fact, let me do a check real quick.
Bottom of the third.
Bottom of the third. Yeah, exactly. They won 7 straight. This guy Carlos Rodon. What I wrote on is like 8-2. He's won 6 straight starts. All of this is going on. They're playing at a 700 clip, near 700 clip so far to start the season. And this is without Garrett Cole, their anchor, their staff ace. You know what I'm saying? I got to give it up to Mr. Louis Gill.
Ooh.
He's been huge.
Ooh.
Okay. And of course, we can't forget, Aaron Judge's been on the tear for that month of May. He's got 21 home runs, 54 RBIs before start of play tonight. I think that's due to that one guy named Juan Soto. Okay, Mr. Soto, and I said this earlier to one of my friends that's in our Facebook group. We was talking. He asked me about Juan Soto. I said, dude, this guy is a Yankee through and through. Okay, his aura, his swagger has just infiltrated the whole dugout, and his play has been subpar. Offensively, don't call me crazy now. Don't call me crazy. But offensively, he reminds me of somebody, and you guys are going to be like, you'll probably say, Rodney, you're out of your mind. I don't know. For some reason, and tell me if you agree, Dom, or not. Ken Griffey Jr.
Oof. That's a hell of a comparison.
That's a hell of a comparison. I get it. It's a little out there. Like kind of like me and Ben Simmons and comeback player of the year. I get it. But he kind of reminds me offensively now, because he's not really. Can you classify him as a power hitter or as a line drive hitter with power? I think it's the latter, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I will admit, when he got there, remember what I said? He's the first power hitting left-handed hitter we had in quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
But little did I know, this guy turned down like close to $400 million. That's why the Nationals traded him to San Diego.
Right.
San Diego never could strike a deal with him.
No.
And I think it was on this show, the one show, that I was like, what bridge do you want? The Throsneck Bridge, the Whitestone Bridge? You got to give this guy a bridge, maybe 2 bridges.
Listen, and again,
all the turnstile money.
Listen, do you really think that he'll surpass the Ohtani money?
Yeah.
Really? You think he'll surpass the Ohtani $700 million? You think he'll go? I got to be honest. I really didn't. As much as he deserves it, I didn't really think that he would. He could approach it.
Yeah, he might cap out at $60 million, $600 million.
Yeah. I can even see 650. You know what I'm saying? But to go above and beyond 700 million, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Here's the catch with him, R.
Mm-hmm.
You know how old he is?
25.
25 years old. I was talking to my brother-in-law this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize he was 7 years younger than Aaron Judge.
Right. Yeah.
Whoa. And
Go
if you
figure.
gave Aaron Judge, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Judge will go on tears.
Yes,
We
he
get it.
will.
He actually did it in May, like you said. But
Yes.
Soto is like a tear. Like you just wait for him to. Oh, he's been hitting almost 300 his whole season.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, Judge went on a tear in May, but so did Soto, so did
Right.
Stanton, so did Volpe, so did
Right.
and you talk about their pitching. Number one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Number one in ERA, number
Yep.
one in walks per 9 innings, number one in strikeouts. We knew they could hit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, second in batting average, first in runs, first in home runs.
Right.
But they're pitching. Remember Rodun? Remember Rodun, who we bashed last year because he got hurt?
Yes.
You add him, Gil, of course, who I talked about before the season started.
For sure. Stroman, exactly.
And Cortez is the sort of like the guy that's not measuring up. You know, did he live up? Did he have too much hype in the beginning? Maybe.
Right. Maybe.
Stroman, remember I said Stroman? He puts on a do-rag, puts a cap on it, and goes out and has fun.
Exactly.
But this guy, Gil, come on, he's putting up Doc Gooden numbers.
Dude, he right now, the way it stands, he's looking like a true winner. He's looking like a true winner. Yeah, he's looking like a true winner. Exactly. He's looking like a true winner. But I'm going to tell you right now, you combine him at the top with Garrett, that's a problem. Let's not forget. And Rodon. And let's not forget, how do you feel about Clark Schmidt?
Again, I don't want to keep, my brother-in-law was like, oh, man, when he comes back, who the Yankees going to send down? Well, you look at the roster. Baseball teams carry a shitload of pitchers to begin with.
For sure. Exactly.
So one of them is going to just go. We probably don't even know his name, but he's going. We're not going to interrupt Gil, Stroman, Rodun, Cortez. We're not going to interrupt that. So now you bring back Garrett Cole, 5. There go your 5. Then you got Schmidt, who could be your spot 6. Go with a 6-man rotation. Right.
You could.
Who would have thought? I will say this, and we can bring, I think, if you would have told me the Yankees overall would have been pitching this good, I'd have said, come on, man. Even as a Yankee fan, I would have said, come on.
Right.
Really?
I agree with you.
I totally agree. Gil, I'll give you Cole. But the rest of these guys are.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, let me tell you something. It's a very nice problem to have thus far in this season. And let me just pause out for a second. Reggie, your mic is live as well. Welcome to Untitled. Thanks for joining us. I hope all is well, brother.
Yeah, well, it was my last bowling night. We swept. We ended up in 3rd place. So, it's what it is, dog. It's what it is.
So you had to take us bowling.
And as for the Yankees,
yeah,
that's it. Now, as for the Yankees,
yes, sir.
Oh, it's all good and dandy, but let's take this energy in the playoffs. That's all I need to say.
Right.
You know what? And I understand all that. I understand all that. It's a long season. Remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. I get that. You understand?
Oh, without a doubt.
It's definitely a marathon.
Without a doubt. I mean, I appreciate it. I'm embracing it. Don't get me wrong, but listen, Yankees are built for championships. We don't do second place.
Well, that's what we've been seeing and beyond. You know what I'm saying? For a little bit of a minute now. Oh, you're gonna attack somebody that's not even here. You're gonna attack somebody that's not even here.
You know how I do.
Yeah, I know.
You know I would have did it if they was here. I don't have no shame.
I know you don't, because you're the shit starter. Okay. You're the shit starter. Yes. I get it.
So
I will say this though, Reg.
Yeah.
It seems to be a little different. Because even though they're leading the league in home runs, they're also hitting 260 as a team. That wasn't our makeup. We were strictly home run or bust. Now we're actually hitting the ball and we're pitching the ball.
Right.
So those two things, and again, I'm with Reggie 100%. We've seen the 100-win seasons.
Right.
We've seen them get knocked out in the playoffs because they couldn't hit. This year, I don't know, guys. Maybe it's my fandom, but for some reason, and again, I see a lot of their games, so their hitting looks different. And We could attribute a lot of that to Soto, Volpe.
Yes.
These guys are good hitters. They're not just long ball or bust. Of course, we got Stanton, who's still going to hit 20-something home runs. You hit him at 125 miles an hour. So he still gives you that. Okay, he may only hit 250. All right, we're used to that.
Right,
He's not interrupting nobody. Who's he interrupting? Who's going to be your DH if it ain't Stanton?
Yeah.
All right.
Right, exactly.
I don't know.
Bro.
Again, my Yankee fanism and looking strictly at what they're doing, guys, come on.
I'm with you.
I don't think I've seen this in even a 100-win season. You remember, Reg, Gary Sanchez swinging that balls in the dugout, can't catch.
So this is so the season that we're having is a beautiful thing, but I mean, we touched on this a lot last year. The LA Dodgers had a beautiful season until when?
The playoffs.
The playoffs, right. Yeah. I get that. But honestly, I'm like Dom. I feel that this is a little bit different this go around. I really do. I feel something special about this team. And again, I'll put it on Soto. I'll put it on Juan Soto, to be honest with you. Because I think this guy is his attitude is infectious and it has an effect on the whole dugout, to me. You understand? And it's just spread.
So you gotta pay this guy. You have to pay this guy.
There's no question about that.
Yeah, we said that, Reg.
If it was King George that was still alive, he would have got the deal done already. And probably for Ohtani money. More than Ohtani money. More than Ohtani money. Because he would want to keep this guy here. He would see what I'm seeing, what you're seeing, what Dom is seeing from this guy, and he would want to keep him in pinstripes for his career. Period. That's what King George would have done.
Here's the weirdest thing I heard in the month of May. They had a very great May. But I never remember hearing, not just the Yankees, any team. Do you know the Yankees did not lose a series in the whole month of May? You
had pointed that out.
I pride myself on social media. It's one series at a time. That's how you do baseball.
Yeah, exactly.
You believe in it or not, it's one series at a time.
I agree.
You win it, you lose it, you break even in a 4-game series, whatever. But it's one series at a time.
Agreed.
And to not lose a series in a whole month,
right?
I tell you what, we sure as hell ain't talking about the Baltimore Orioles no more, are we?
Negative K.
I tell you this much.
And 7-0. Dodgers. Speaking of the Dodgers, they play the Dodgers this weekend.
That should be good. That should be good. That should be very good. 7 games in a row before tonight. 18 out of their last 22. 18 victories out of their last 22 games.
That's wild.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. And again, we know it's a 162 game season. At some point, it's going to be a little bit of the dog days of August. It's going to hit us at some point. I could be wrong. Hopefully, I am wrong, but it could hit us. But I think this team has a great moxie that it won't be a prolonged, quote unquote, slump, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? I think they'll go through a little something, but nothing elongated like that. I really believe that.
And we got to give credit where credit is due. Because I remember Judge was hitting 222.
Right.
Now he's hitting 290.
Right.
That was that one stretch. But like I said, that one guy you keep talking about, still hitting 319. I'm trying to figure out when, since opening day, has he been under 300?
Wow.
I bet you can't figure that out.
and the best part about the whole thing is doing all of this, and we don't even have cold pitching.
I just pointed that out.
We talked about the pitcher before that, Reg. We got the best pitcher in baseball.
No, well, that's when I came in at. Yeah,
exactly.
Doing that, I'm like,
wow.
Yeah.
So what do you really do?
Me and R was saying, I told R, if you or R would have told me in March, man, the Yankees are going to have the best pitching staff.
Word.
I said, man, even as a Yankee fan, I'd have told you to kick rock.
Exactly.
Not built like that, but
no.
Wow.
I'm telling you. That's why, honestly, looking at this squad or whatnot, I'm just feeling something different. I actually have belief, and I never thought I would say this. I actually have belief that there's a legit shot at championship banner number 28 hanging in the rafters of Yankee Stadium. I really believe that.
Okay.
I mean, maybe I don't want to go too far, but I have to just put it out there.
I will say this, guys. When you look at their roster, and especially, of course, their pitching, but I was trying to write notes before we started. When you look at their outfield, Verdugo, Judge, Soto, is that not one of the best outfields in baseball? Quiet as it's kept. Maybe we don't get a lot of hoopla behind it, but if you look at all three of them dudes' numbers and the way they play the field, wow.
Says a lot. Says a lot.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying this because I'm a Yankee fan. I'm saying this because
you're being objective. You're being objective,
right?
Dude.
These guys are actually, I got to admit, Verdugo. That's like the pitching staff. That was like a punch in the face I didn't know nothing about. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I can live with that. But they're just. You're right, I don't want to get too excited.
I know. I get it.
All the
numbers. I get it. I get it, Dom. I get it. I didn't really want to put that out there, but I had to be honest. It's just a different type of feeling, man. It's like, wow, we're witnessing something. Dare I say the words? We're witnessing something possibly very special. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I keep trying to tell these crazy Knicks fans that are supposedly Yankee fans. Man, y'all are still on social media and y'all still talking about the Knicks traded the kids, and I'm like, y'all realize y'all don't come to me in August. Don't come to me in October saying Rep BX, let's go Yank. No.
Right.
Y'all are missing something very special because you're stuck on stupid.
Yeah. Move
basketball, on. They're trying to make. I hate to say it. They're trying to make basketball what ESPN does with football. ESPN tries to make football a 12-month cycle. You notice that, right? They never not talk about football.
For sure.
Now the NBA, not to get off track, now the NBA again caught in this windstorm of wanting that importance year. Do you know they're going to go to a 2-day draft?
What? I heard. You know what? That's true. I did hear something to that extent.
Like you can barely get past the 12th pick, guys. Let's be honest.
Word.
After the 12th pick, you're like, all right, what?
Yeah, who cares? Let's turn the channel.
FBI International.
Exactly.
Come on.
So why are you trying to make it a 2-day event? Come on, is that the creation of the commissioner bobblehead?
Yes, of course.
Of course, I should have known that. Exactly.
Of course.
I should have known that.
This isn't football, guys. And again, I always resort to you guys. I try to keep, but football, man, you'll get somebody good the second, third round. NBA,
of course. Yeah. You gotta you might get lucky. You might get lucky. You know what I'm saying? You might get lucky. But those chances are like kind of null and void, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So with that being said, let's do a little moving on. Let's go to we got some NBA action and NBA talk coming up. I know this wasn't in the preview, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I forgot to add this. Yeah. UConn's head coach Danny Hurley wanted by the Los Angeles Lakers to take that top coaching job. I see this is not popular with a lot of us in our group. This is not a popular. Only a few probably Laker fans that we have laughing it up and whatnot at the displeasure. Honestly, stay in UConn, bro. Stay in UConn. Don't join the show. Yeah, don't join the Clutch Sports circus. You know what I'm saying? You got power at UConn. You won back-to-back championships with UConn. You created you're in the midst of creating something special at that university. I would not leave. I would get money from UConn, a long-term commitment, and be in that program and create something special. And just keep doing it. Create your own legacy there. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have it already with back-to-back championships.
So let me touch on this.
Please.
So if you take a head coaching job in college, I guess the progression is to eventually want to coach in the pros? Yes, no, but then I look at Gino Auriemma, the women's coach for UConn, and he never decided to go to the pros. What is their thinking?
Jay Wright from Villanova. He won 2 titles. He never, and believe it or not, he hasn't coached Villanova for a couple of years now, and he's still a hot topic. Will he? Won't he?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh my, it's all good. It's all good. But go ahead, Dom, like you were saying.
He hasn't made the jump. But to your point, with this guy, man, we joked about it in the text. I don't know, man. Sometimes you bite off more than you can chew.
Yeah.
I would kind of sort of say, hey, let JJ Redick have it. You know, him and LeBron seem to have this buddy thing with their podcast. Let it. Because you know what? We said the same thing about him. Remember?
Right.
Yeah, maybe kind of a tough guy. And what did he last? 2 years? 2-3 years?
Right.
I think 2.
From college to the pros.
Well, yeah, because what was that guy? What was that? Go ahead.
Rich. Okay, me thinking this. Do these guys even want to be coached?
Right.
You understand? Do these guys even want to be coached? Because it's like a couple of years ago, Kyrie said we didn't need a coach. You understand? So if he's having that same sentiment, is that going all around the NBA that they don't need a coach? I'm curious.
Interesting.
You know what's weird, guy? You talk about back-to-backs, right? Who's the last coach to win back-to-back championships in college?
What? I'm trying to think. Wasn't that guy they tried to hire in Cleveland? I forgot his name.
No, I'll give you a hint. He's a struggling coach in Chicago.
Oh, Donovan?
Yeah, University of Miami. Remember?
Gotcha. Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, they're the last back-to-back champion since UConn did it this year.
Okay.
I mean, he's been an all-right coach in the NBA. Don't get me. He's lasted a while now.
Because he's with OKC now with Chicago, right?
Right. He's lasted a while with the Bulls, who have gone from Jordan to the Mets, but
that and the injuries, you know.
Yeah. Well, okay.
But now you take Hurley back-to-back champs, and all right, the Lakers probably an upgrade over OKC and Chicago, but we all know, because we're sports fans, what kind of headache comes with coaching the Lakers.
Yeah. Listen, Bishop, thanks for joining us. Your mic is live. Hopefully all is well with you.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, brother?
What's going on, Dom? What's going on, Reg?
What's happening? What's happening, brother?
What's up, Bishop? What's going on?
Still in the game.
I know that's right.
As you hear, sir, we're talking about Danny Hurley, UConn's head coach, wanted by the LA Lakers. What's some of your thoughts on this possibility or non-possibility?
So if they're serious about contending for a championship, they can't be hiring a rookie coach. This is plain and simple. If they're serious about winning a championship, if they want it to be an extension of Bronny's college career where he can be eased into, whatever system or whatever, it's like, yeah, I guess that would be okay. But if they're serious about contending for a championship, that wouldn't be a good move for them. That would just be foolish.
You know what? Let me interrupt you for a second because you had said don't bring in a rookie coach. So that doesn't just apply to Hurley. Wouldn't that apply to JJ Redick as well?
JJ Redick is an idiot.
I'm just saying. I'm using your theory. You understand what I'm saying?
I don't even consider him a coach.
Okay, fair enough.
That's like saying Stephen A. deserves an interview.
Right. Right. Yeah, I feel you on that.
It's like, come on, if you guys are serious about winning a championship, you can't hire a rookie head coach to coach that team. That team with all of those veterans. It's like, what are you gonna? First of all, what are you going to tell LeBron? What are you going to tell AD? What are you going to tell, like, I'd say, what are you going to tell, like, 12 guys out of that 15-guy roster? Only guys who are going to be listening to you are the guys who don't really get any run, the ones who carry the bags, get the coffee, get the donuts.
Damn, son.
Make sure the locker room is not a mess after all the real players leave.
Damn, bro. Jeez.
But to Bishop's point, could they be thinking 2 steps, 2 years ahead? You know, the wheels are going to come off LeBron sooner or later. AD,
sure.
you know, he's hit or miss. Could this be, hey, you know what, Bishop, maybe we should regroup. Maybe we should, you know, stop trying to, because they've done it after that bubble championship. They've done it, trying to add all of these fly-by-night pieces. And it hasn't resulted in what the Lakers would call a successful season, winning the championship. Granted, they hit lightning in a bottle last year going to the conference finals, and that's exactly what I thought it was, lightning in a bottle, because they ended up getting swept. But can they possibly, Bish, be thinking, hey, you know what, we tried the other route.
Right.
We tried to let's pile all of this shit into one bag, and we keep rotating coaches. So, I mean, again, we saw it as Knicks fans, 5 coaches in 6 years. So I don't think the Lakers want to go that route. So maybe they're thinking long term. But then again, who knows what this guy's thinking? Reggie's kind of sort of right. You want to pass up that opportunity, like you said, too hard to go coach the Lakers? I mean,
well, they're gonna throw a shitload of money at him. That's for sure. Yeah, they're gonna definitely try to entice him.
Yeah. So like, who's Danny Hurley? That's number one. Who's Danny?
He's the hot topic right now.
He's the hot topic. He's the guy that won back-to-back championships in you know what I'm saying?
Right. In college.
In college, right?
In college. What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? So you going from winning back-to-back championships in college to coaching multimillionaires, a billionaire. How does that translate? How does your message translate? What are you gonna say, guys? We got to get back on defense, guys. If you don't do what I'm telling you to do, you're not gonna play. Like,
okay.
That's not gonna work. It's like
so.
It's like I don't even know. See, these are what I call like the clickbait stories. Clickbait. It's like there's no way. Like all of these other coaches out here, they're gonna get somebody from college. Really? That doesn't make any sense.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you guys a question. So again, I'm going by your theory, Bishop, of if they're serious about winning and whatnot, they shouldn't get a rookie head coach, so to speak. So that takes out Hurley, that takes out Redick. Who do you think would be a good fit? Because I'm thinking, and again, I don't know why his name popped in my head, and it's probably not a good fit. But somebody like a Kenny Atkinson.
No,
you took the words right out of my mouth.
Oh, okay.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Yeah, but again, that coaching philosophy doesn't translate. If you said a team, an up and coming team like OKC, an up and coming team, a young team where it's us against them and blah 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 blah. We got to show them that we serious and we mean business, and they're not going to push us over, and we're not going to take it anymore. We're going to fight back and whatever else, and we're going to win one for the Gipper and all of this stuff. It's like, it's like that message. It resonates with younger players. It doesn't resonate with guys who have been there, done that, won championships, won MVPs, has made more money, is looking at the next chapter, in his life. That message doesn't resonate. It's like, dude, what are you gonna tell me? It's like, it's like I was winning championships when you were sitting on the sideline erasing whiteboards, dude.
Damn, son. Jeez. Oh my Lord.
Yahoo Sports is saying the deal could be done by this weekend.
That would be ridiculous. That would be ridiculous.
Wow.
I know we
give
know
up.
what they're going for, guys. Again, when Bishop says, "Who is this guy?" We may not agree with it, but he's that button right now. You know, he's Billy Donovan when Billy Donovan won back-to-backs in Miami.
And we see how that worked.
I said that before you came on. Yeah. Though he's maintained a pretty successful career. He hasn't won a chip, but again, if we go back to Billy Donovan again, I brought up he was the last coach to win back-to-back titles, and he became a pro coach. And I don't know. I wouldn't even know what you asked Bishop. I wouldn't even know who the hell they would hire. Honestly,
those coaches those coaches only last in situations where it's a new team, it's a young team, it's a flailing team. There's no pressure. You know what I mean? There's no real pressure. It's like we just need to show that we're consistent and we're willing to fight on a nightly basis. Teams are not just rolling over us. That's where he would be successful at. Trying to be successful in winning a championship or at least being able to go high in the playoffs, like conference finals. That's the parameter that the Lakers like. I can't imagine when like James Worthy and all of these guys are like, because they commentate for the Lakers and they break down, they do the color commentating and they breaking it down and they're like, like they're not gonna hold their tongue because it's Danny Hurley. So it's like, I wouldn't want that job. It's like, no matter.
Are they even built for winning right now?
I would say no. I'm sorry. I would say no.
Especially in the Western Conference, which here we go again with the shifting of the power. Are they really a hey Bishop, I mean, they struggled to make it in the playoffs the last couple of years. Wouldn't be in the playoffs without this play-in, actually.
Listen, there's always the sippy cup, okay?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot.
They won. For sure. They did win that.
Yeah.
But
they got a little carried away, but
but an NBA title, I'm sorry. The way the roster's constructed, I just don't see it. And no disrespect to LeBron or AD. You know what I'm saying? But no, I don't think so. I don't think they have the correct pieces like support players on that level.
You think moving D'Angelo Russell again catapults y'all up to what? A 6 seed? I don't know, guys. I
don't think so.
From a basketball point of view. Again, guys, look at it. They wouldn't even be in the playoffs the last couple of years without the play-in format.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it too, so it wasn't like they were horrible because you had teams that finished 10 games above 500 that was in the play-in. It's just like the West teams are just they're really competitive. The Lakers finished above 500 and they were in the play-in. So it's like you got to win the games that you're supposed to win. Like some days, some games, I'll be watching and they unravel in like the fourth quarter, or like the game comes down to the wire and somebody does something stupid, and it's like you losing to a team, you losing to Memphis, you losing to depleted Golden State, you losing to teams that you should not be losing to, and it's like you do that 10, 15 times during the season, and you're done because you're gonna lose games that you were fighting in, and you just lose. So you add those 10 to 15 games to another 10 to 15 games that you just basically gonna lose because the team is better than you that day, and that's 30 games. That's 30 games out of 82. So now you at that 50 cusp, which is where they were, and I don't see anything changing about that. They need to get rid of D'Angelo Russell. They should have got rid of him. Like all of those guys from Minnesota. Anybody that's been to Minnesota, it's just like, I don't. Nah. They can't count on them. Can't count on them. And it's like he started off pretty decently, but it's like way too loose with the ball, nonchalant. If he can't have his way, it's like, okay, well, if I can't win the way I want to win, then I'll just blow it up. Or I'll just go out there and go through the motions. It's like you can't win with players like that.
Well,
you can't win with
I
players.
mean, when you think about it, they gave up D'Angelo Russell twice,
and they should have left him. They should have left him where he was.
That's true.
They should have left him where he was. It's like he doesn't have a good character.
Let me throw a crazy. Let me throw a crazy name into the coaching mix. Somebody that hasn't been seen in a while.
Oh no! You better not say who I think you're getting ready to say.
Who am I about to say? You can say it.
MD.
Huh?
MD.
No.
Oh, thank God.
No, it's even worse than that, perhaps.
Not Fizdale.
No, not him either. Not him either.
Damn, who could it
Mark
be?
Jackson. Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson can't even get a G League coaching job.
They need to stop. They need to stop. They need to stop. They need to just hire this guy, bring him back into the fold. What's up? Yeah.
You know, the only way Mark Jackson is ever going to get another coaching job in the NBA. You want to know how?
How?
Is if he comes out of the closet.
Yeah. And which brings me to this point, Bishop.
You're not lying, dog.
R must be missing the fact that the LA Lakers play in what state?
California.
Well,
talk about no California love part 2 without Dre. No.
And what's so great is
California.
Doesn't he reside in Los Angeles, California?
No,
it's
that's
California, Reg.
That's the only way.
When we talk about what happened and what was said,
I'm saying, doesn't he live out there?
I don't know, but like I said, the only way he's ever going to get a head coaching job in the NBA is if he joins the club.
Yeah, you're right. I don't mean I shouldn't say
that. Damn, man.
You laughing, but he ain't lying.
Exactly.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
I don't think that's happening though.
No.
Well, stranger things have happened. Things have happened.
So I guess
I don't think he's going that far though, Bill.
I guess the term "take one for the team" takes on a whole different meaning, huh?
Big time.
Yeah, and P Rose gets reinstated. Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know.
Did an interview with a pink suit on, and
oh man, nah.
Hey, no, he shows up with Magic Johnson's son.
Shit,
bro.
All right, we have.
You already know. Yo,
Magic Johnson's son and Dwayne Wade's.
It's whatever is correct. Let's move on, shall we? Let's still talk about some NBA stuff. We got some predictions of the NBA off-season moves. Who's going where? Let's see. Let's start off light, shall we? With a certain point guard named Chris Paul. Now,
he should reside in Cancun permanently.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he's done.
I don't know. I think he's still got a little left, and I'm not saying as a starter either. Obviously,
no. You proved that last year, yeah.
No.
So you don't think he could be?
He's a hamstring away, bro.
He's gonna go. He's gonna go to the Lakers.
Right. I agree. Instead of being with Golden State,
he could be player coach.
Maybe. I mean, I'm not going to deny that, but at the same time, too,
that would be a good idea. Why not just hire him as the coach?
Well, why not? You know,
player coach, just a coach.
He's a guy. He's a runs guy.
Exactly. I mean,
that might be a good idea. You know, hopefully, if they're listening to us, they get an idea. Like, click.
I mean, we can keep it real, guys. Chris Paul has made enough money. He can take.
Of course he has.
He can take the vet minimum, and he probably will go play with his buddy. Finally, rewrite that wrong of the commissioner stepping in on that trade years ago, and try to catch lightning in a bottle.
Well, I tell you, he averaged like 9.2 points last year, 6.8 assists, and he was shooting like 37% from 3 last season. I mean, that's not bad for somebody coming off the bench. If you get him like 15, 20 minutes, I know he's a hamstring away from injury. I get that. But it's still, that production, it's not bad.
How many times has Chris Paul broken his hand? Or his head? It's like, yo, dude, like, he's Mr. Glass.
Right. What is that?
I don't know what Reg is doing.
Yeah. I met Reg. I muted your mic for a second because I don't know what's going on over there.
He's opening and closing the
What
door
did you
in a
hear?
urinal, in a stall, a bathroom
No,
stall.
I'm sitting here watching the game. I don't know what y'all hearing.
There was some type
of interference, some type of noise. It sounded like a stall door opening in a public restroom.
I ain't no public restroom, bro.
Okay. I hear you, man. I hear you, brother. But again,
he'll play for the Lakers and call it a day.
I think you're right. You know, it'll be a 1 year, maybe a $3 million deal because he's just like you said, Dom. He's got enough money already.
Right.
What about Klay Thompson? Does he stay in Golden State?
Ooh.
Yes.
You think so?
Yeah, he's gonna take a big pay cut, but he's gonna stay in there because Steph wants him to stay.
Okay.
They'll have a conversation over the summer. Hey, here's what needs to happen. Blah blah blah, and they won't pay him straight up. It'll be like an incentive, probably contract. Like if you do this, then you get kickers in there that get you up to this certain dollar amount. But it's like, yeah, those 2 injuries from somebody who's never been hurt, and he's never had. Think about it. He's never had to struggle for anything. He's never had to struggle for anything. You get 2 devastating back-to-back injuries. You coming back on some grind, like, dude, like, you don't know what hardship is. Like, so if it was somebody who had to struggle to get there, that is like, yo, like, you know what I have to give up to get there, then I could see them coming back from that. But for him, he's led like a silver spoon life. It's like there's been no hardship in his life. It's like,
no.
I'm surprised he even came back. I expected him to be like, like a Grant Hill or somebody to be like, yo, all right, I'm done.
And that's it. Exactly. You know, one thing I respect about Klay is that he wants to win. You know, he doesn't want the coffers of money from the Orlando Magic or the Detroit Pistons. You know what I'm saying? I heard rumblings about the Philadelphia 76ers because they're like as far as making threes, they're in the bottom 10. You know, the Charlotte Hornets and the Philadelphia 76ers, the bottom 10 in shooting threes. So having him, I mean, with the Sixers, I mean, they're a playoff team. You know, they could be problematic. But again,
they're gonna free up money letting Tobias Harris finally walk.
And that's another one that's walking exactly.
That crazy contract is over.
Yeah. I know they're relieved about that. So with Tobias Harris leaving, I mean, could it like possibly be intriguing to Klay to go to Philly if he looks at that situation? But again, he wants to win, and I think he's gonna probably stay with Golden State.
What's his chances?
Klay is a West Coast guy.
What's his chances of winning in Golden State nowadays?
Well, that's a good point, Dom. That's a good point. What is his chances?
Do we consider them a contender just because they're Golden State and they won before? Or are the wheels coming off that bus? You're still dealing with an on again, off again, waste of money in Draymond Green. Availability. You know, you're still dealing with that. Are they really top flight contenders? I think the Lakers might be better than them.
Wow.
As strange as that may be.
There's another team. They're another team that finds themselves in that middle ground where it's like we losing these 10, 15 games that we supposed to win. We got Memphis Grizzlies like balling out against us.
Right.
Like, what was the kid? Some rookie kid that was like, yo, Steph invited him to his camp, and then he uninvited him to the camp or whatever. So he got a chance to play against Steph, and he dropped like 30. It's like, It's like, yo, this whole storyline, and every time Memphis played them, they looking at this kid to see what he gonna do when he guards Steph, and they lost both of those games to their team. I'm like, yo, and Memphis was held together by like chewing gum,
Yeah, no shit.
Scotch, like Scotch tape,
Right.
a couple of strings. It's like, yo, and they were beating teams. They beat Golden State twice.
Right.
Like, yo, you lose those 10, 15 games, then you lose another 10, 15 games because you're just not good enough to beat those other teams. Those other teams just leaps and bounds ahead of you. And now you at 30 games lost. And in the West, finishing at 500 is not good enough.
No.
Finishing at 500 may make you like the 11th or 12th seed.
Yeah.
They've had a scary on again, off again, basically off again since their repeats with Durant. Yes, they won a championship after in between, but when you look at their trajectory from that championship to where they are now, it hasn't been an upward trajectory. No. They got that one chip, but somebody brought this up on the show. Their record from that year they won that chip with Durant up until now, yikes.
Yeah.
So will Klay Thompson say, hey, you know what, loyalty is one thing, but
right.
You know, what's my chances of winning here if he's all about winning? I think he's all about
loyalty,
just staying with Golden State.
Yeah.
That's just
finishing it up at Golden State.
Yeah.
Finishing it up there, just let it ride out. It does go to show how good of a coach Steve Kerr really is.
Right.
Because you got these young players that you were putting all your hopes and dreams in, and Kuminga and Moody, and it's like, dude, like Kuminga he's okay at best. Like he's pretty inconsistent. A couple of games he'll show some promise, and then like 5 games he'll just be like,
he'll drop off.
Like Andre Iguodala's distant cousin.
Or Andrew Wiggins' distant cousin.
Yeah. So
and you got Wiggins.
Yeah, I forgot about him.
And let's not forget the year they basically tanked or just straight up sucked. Remember the pick they got behind that? No longer a Golden State Warrior.
Yeah.
Well, they had
Wiseman.
They had a few duds.
Yeah.
A few duds. They drafted Wiseman. For the life of me, I still can't understand how that would work out, because it's like this is like tailor made for somebody with your skill set.
Yeah.
You get to shoot. You get to take people off the dribble. You get to. It's like, you get to roll to the basket without the ball. But somehow he couldn't get his head right.
Right.
It's like something's wrong with him, because you in Detroit and you still can't correct the rotation.
Right.
In Detroit, you still can't correct the rotation. Like, so that says something about the player.
Right.
This is like, Detroit is like, we letting everybody play. We calling guys up from the G League. We calling everybody up. You want to look?
Who's the coach? Is it Monty Williams the coach?
Yeah, you want to.
It is Monty Williams.
He don't care. He paid. He don't care.
Yeah.
Right. He's getting paid.
I don't
see that relationship going far.
Right.
It's
he got
he wanted to give it to the kid in Phoenix. Who was the center?
Aiden.
Yeah, he never had a job after that.
Yeah, but Aiden he's not serious about basketball.
No.
You in Portland, and you suck worse than you did when you were in Phoenix. And in Phoenix, they were pushing you and prodding you and trying to prop you up. And Chauncey Billups is like, we just got you in a trade, so I ain't gonna put all my eggs in that basket. It's like, it's like, if it don't work, then we can say the GM made a bad move.
Exactly. We're gonna move on from that. It's
like, he ain't serious about basketball.
Nah.
He ain't serious about basketball.
Nah, you see that. You know what I mean? You definitely see that. What about who?
No, I was saying Steph is like, these last few seasons, it's just been like, it's frustration, because now they could double team him. It ain't, you could run around, you could run around all you want.
Right.
There's still two guys right here. You're running around from these two guys to these two guys to these two guys back to these two guys.
Right. Now, what about this guy? I'm gonna bring him up as well. Paul George. Damn. Now let me just read something to you guys real quick.
He could join Chris Paul as far as I'm concerned.
Let me read something to you guys real quick. They say that he should have real interest in joining the Philadelphia 76ers this summer, as a core of him, Joel Embiid, and Tyrese Maxey could be the best big three in the NBA if they stay healthy.
Yeah, that's key word.
If they stay healthy.
Two of y'all got played between 50 and 55 games. Good luck.
So you got one who can't stay. He can't stay in shape, so he's gonna be hurt.
Right.
It's just accept it. When he's playing, he's gonna be one of the best bigs. Then you got another one who's emotional.
Are you talking about the MVP?
Yeah, Embiid. He's always hurt. Then you got Paul George. If he ain't physically hurt, he's emotionally hurting.
Right.
So it's like,
He's
come on.
Ben Simmons, bro.
Here we go. Yeah.
Well, you bring up a very valid point there. There's only one Ben Simmons. There's only one.
Yeah, you couldn't. Again, you're a fan. You're not even a fan. You're a stan. You're
Remember, the Clippers are moving into that new arena this year. Their owner's not afraid to spend money, though he's been wasting it.
Right.
He's been wasting a lot of it, considering first, second round exits, and you're paying, $137 million into the cap.
Right.
That's a lot of money, guys, to be a losing organization.
Right.
Laugh all you want about the Knicks. We ain't even done that dumb shit in eons.
It's LA. It's LA. It's like, fast life, big money.
So basically, they'll never get rid of Kawhi Leonard, right?
No, never.
Didn't they just re-sign him? They just re-signed
him last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
They just re-signed him. Then they gotta
talk about part-time player. Damn.
Yeah. Exactly.
And you know what? This year he eclipsed that Commissioner Bobblehead's 65 game threshold, but then he couldn't play in the playoffs.
Right.
So what good are you?
That's another question for another show, Reggie.
Yeah, exactly. I can't even answer that.
No,
I can't even answer that.
Sorry,
he must have called Balmer doing something. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
He got a video. You know what I'm saying? No Diddy. He got a video of something that he's cashing in right now, big time, for playing part time. I'm just saying. Who else am I to bring up? I said Paul George. What about another OG?
Where you going?
Well, listen. Again, I'm not a Knicks fan, but
that's clear. We understand.
I knew you would chime in. On that. But I'll take it. It's okay. But not for no $43 million. Let him go.
Not at all.
No. OG.
I don't know, dog.
This is one of those situations where if Max 611 was here, he would say, "Well, what is the market calling for?"
Right.
What's the market calling for? So if the market for his position is calling for that, guess what?
Okay. You know what though? Honestly, and I agree. I do agree to a point. But my thing is this: if you have issues staying on the court,
right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's an issue for me. You have issues staying on the court, and if you're gonna put out that much money, then you need to be on the court more often. I'm sorry.
No. Don't say that.
I am saying it. Yeah, even with Ben, I am saying it. I'm gonna say it.
No. The man gave you what? They was 27-5 with him playing?
Yeah. But we always say that, Reg, but nobody says what they were without him. Nobody says during that 27-5, he had Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, on and on and on. I'll leave you with this with him. Kevin Durant blew out his leg,
and
he's played more games than OG Anunoby.
Hold that.
I'm not saying I'm with R. If you can get him at 30, 32, maybe.
Yeah.
But anything above 40?
No, I'm sorry.
That's prime time. That's prime time player cash for a season, 40-something million. That's prime time player. I think they had already when they traded for him. I think the deal was already like kind of like under the table. Kind of like, hey, here's what we're gonna do. When your contract is up, or here's what we're gonna sign you for, and then you're gonna be a part of a winning organization, because again, we're on the upward. We're on the up.
Yeah, the upward trajectory. I get it. So you think already, Bishop, that he has a deal under the table, but for that amount of money?
I think he already has something like a handshake,
but for that amount of money. For that amount of money.
I don't know if it's for that amount of money, because you're not going to pay him more than you're paying your premier players. You're not going to pay him more. You might pay him pretty close to what those guys are, because everybody thought Randall was going to get the big bucks like that. And they were like, nah, we're going to pay you fairly, but we ain't overpaying.
But him and Brunson took less than what the Knicks were offering for this purpose. There's going to come a time where, since we left money on the table, you can use that money. But that being said, remember, OG Anunoby's still on the books for $20 million, but he had that player option. So he's going to, bail out of $20 million and not wait till next year. See, he ain't that, because of his injury history, he can't say, I'll play for the $20 million and I'll ball out this year, and my contract when I'm a free agent will be, sky's the limit. He can't even take that chance because of his inability to stay on the court. So he's got to bail out now and hope, the Knicks or somebody come up with $33, $32 million. And even that, guys, honestly, to me, is a risk.
Well, niggas giving it to him. Boy.
Yeah, it's a big time risk. Okay. Listen, let me mention another name. I'm a break out for a quick second because I have to get my charger. Sorry about that, guys. I'm gonna give you a name and let you guys peruse this possibility. What about DeMar DeRozan, the Philadelphia 76ers? Is it my understanding, or I'm hearing that he doesn't really see eye to eye with Zach LaVine?
Yeah.
Who does?
Well, too bad. It sucks to be you, dude. Because unless you're coming off the bench, there's no real role for you here.
Not in New York, no.
There's no real role for you here like that, unless you're coming off.
Where, for the DeMar?
Yeah, not in New York, no.
No.
That was off of Philly.
Oh.
Yeah, there's no real role for him in Philly either.
No,
I don't think so.
They don't have a deep bench. I mean, like you said, if you're willing to come off the bench.
Okay.
But what does he bring, though?
What does he bring? 20 points a game, that's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
So it's like, these guys, it's like, okay, well, are you in the best situation that you can be in? Unless you're going out west. I could see if he went to a team out west and he's like kind of like going to fortify their bench, because it ain't like you taking, if you go to a good team, it's like they already have their starters.
So what's his beef with Zach LaVine?
Zach LaVine can't stay healthy. He wants to win how he wants to win.
Right.
That's been his problem his whole career. It's like, I want to win, but I want to win how I want to win. I want to win my way.
Typical light skin.
What is going on?
Jeez. Shots fired.
Where did that come from?
Shots fired.
What? You want to know something? Well, He sounds like Plaxico Burress. He's taking a shot at himself.
Yeah. It's like, yo.
That's where that
Yo.
one came from.
Yeah,
Don't shoot yourself in the leg, in the
like,
thigh.
yo,
Don't do that.
This is the 911 operator. How can I help you? 911 operator. How can I help you?
All right. Last one. I had to save him for last, and again, I'm just gonna go to our room for a quick second. So I'm gonna let y'all go over this. LeBron James.
He ain't going nowhere.
We're just like.
Why even talk about that?
Mystery, this whole mystery, intrigue, of what am I doing? What am I not doing? Am I gonna?
He's gonna take his talents to South Beach.
Am I gonna go? Am I gonna stay? Am I gonna stay in a relationship? Am I gonna leave? It's like, come on, like, it's like that's over. So right now, you are one of the soldiers that you just get the job done. Don't cause any waves.
Right.
We can rely on you to be consistent, and that's it at this point in your career.
Yeah.
Nobody's building a team around you. Nobody's making these special concessions like that except LA. So,
and again, that takes me back to the quagmire with the Lakers itself. With this coach, I just don't think, especially, forgive me for saying this, he's been a great player, got all the records. But as long as you got LeBron on that team, are you going all in every year? You'll never hit the pause button and rebuild. I don't know.
This guy Tatum is the worst, bro.
Nah, don't listen.
Wild shot.
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't even watching it, man. Damn.
Nah. Yeah.
I'm not.
You already know what it is. You already know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be like a bunch of step back threes.
So
wild shots.
Drew
Holiday. The only intriguing thing that could potentially be with Drew Holiday guarding Kyrie. That's the only intriguing thing because
Porzingis is on fire, y'all.
They don't have anybody that can guard him. He's out there shooting practice. They don't have anybody on that team that can guard him.
He's blocking shots.
They don't have anybody on that team that can guard him. And it's only a matter of time before he gets hurt. He's got personal feelings against Luka. Because when he was there, Luka was treating him like he was treating him like he was what's the other big man that they bring off the bench?
Cleaver,
yeah. Maxi Cleaver. He was treating him like he was Maxi Cleaver. And it's like, so now he wants to show him, hey, this is what you're missing out on.
Oh my God.
It's only a matter of time before he gets hurt.
So who do you think's gonna take this series, man?
I really don't care. I hope they both lose.
Okay. Same here. I can care less.
First of all, I always say this, man. I am not a casual NBA fan.
Right.
I am a Knicks fan.
Right.
So as soon as the Knicks get eliminated, and thank God it's turning out great this year, I go right to the Yankees. I ain't got time to be fucking around with Dallas, Minnesota. No, sorry. My
he said, I'm not fucking around.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, instantly.
I mean, I understand you guys have no horse in this race. I get it. I truly understand it. But I just found something interesting about the so-called legacies between Luka and Jayson Tatum. I found that I was like, okay, this is somewhat interesting and whatnot. How they were saying that if Luka and the Dallas Mavs win this, chip and whatnot, would Luka be considered one of the greats of all time? You understand? Because this guy at 25 he's like got 5 all NBA distinctions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well,
I mean, I don't know.
That's what's wrong with the NBA today. You take a team, and forgive me, I'm a Knicks fan, but
yes,
you take a team like the Knicks and what the Knicks did as a group, as they Knicks, not
as a team.
Oh my God,
as a
Luka,
team.
Maybe it's me, guys. I can't watch him play because he reminds me of James Harden. Dribble, and I find it hard. And again, me being a casual fan, I'm not going to sit through that shit. I'm sorry. No, I love this legacy thing. Like everybody in the NBA's got a legacy to live up to. What is with this legacy? Dude's 25 years old. What kind of legacy do you have at 25 years old?
Well, he did start playing professionally when he was 14, so
right. But that's the NBA machine. That's the NBA's machine of the next big one, the next this, the next that. And
well, get a good look. Come on, get a good look. You're looking at next season's MVP.
You know what's weird though, Bishop? It's sort of like, I will say this. It's sort of like, even as a casual fan, if the Celtics don't win, you know, where do y'all go from here?
They're gonna fire the coach.
Spent all the money.
Yeah,
they're fire the coach. They're gonna fire the coach. They're gonna say it's his fault.
Right. You spent all the money you could, and you still haven't paid Tatum yet.
Right.
And y'all keep doing this wheels on the bus go. Don't tell me they've been to the conference finals. That ain't. We're sitting here talking about legacy and who don't have rings and all this bullshit the NBA talks about every 10 minutes.
Well, that's the narrative, Dom. Like Bishop was saying and whatnot. You know, that with the whole MVP. You know what I'm saying? Chatter and talk and whatnot. They do it before the season. You know, they do it like 10 games into the season and whatnot. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. They already have their narrative and whatnot. So this is what it is to me and whatnot. When they talk about this legacy crap and whatnot. And you got a guy like Jayson Tatum, who is a very good player,
right? Who
I don't see being bandied about as an MVP candidate, a legit one at that. You know what I'm saying? It's just a whole bunch of narrative bullshit to me.
It's weird. It's weird when you say it that way. And Bishop, the NBA, our NBA guy. When have you seen a team win 60-something games and that player on that team ain't even in the top 5 or whatever he was?
Yeah.
Exactly my point.
Right.
Exactly.
It's like you got the best record in the NBA
by far.
Yeah, like nobody expected them to play at the level that they were playing at.
This is true.
And I'm not saying, okay, well, maybe he wasn't in the top 3 scoring or whatever it is, but he's the major reason why they won all of those games because of the gravity that he brings with him. He's the guy that everybody's trying to stop. He's that guy. So you mean to tell me, like, winning 64 games, like you still can't be considered? You still can't be considered as an NBA. So Derek White, all these other guys, Al Horford, they get those looks because teams are like, we'll let you beat us. We're not gonna let Tatum beat us.
And they do.
Beat us. I think what hurts Tatum is even with the 60-something wins, his consistency in the big moments have been, and this is according to Scalabrini, who covers the Celtics, his inability to, and again, are we going to keep looking back into his postseason history, which has been, let's be honest,
no doubt,
been a little suspect.
For sure.
But again, I'm just bringing up the point. Their team won, what, Bishop, 64 games?
64 games.
Yeah.
And you haven't even paid this guy yet? I mean, all I'm saying is the Celtics do not win this year. Where the hell do y'all go?
Well, they're gonna get rid of Horford. They're gonna start fine tuning and getting rid of some guys because you have those 2 guys that you got coming off the bench, those 2 shooters. It's like, okay, they can hit shots, but they can't guard anybody.
Right.
So now you have to start thinking about, okay, well, how do we use White? How do we use Holiday? How do we start using these guys more and giving them bigger roles? Because you can't even rely on Porzingis because in the biggest moments he wants no parts of it.
He showed and that's you what's happened to Tatum in the last.
Yeah, in the biggest moments he wants to in the biggest moments he tries to imitate Kobe.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, dude, like just be Tatum.
Right.
Stop trying to be Kobe. You're not Kobe. Just be the first Jayson Tatum.
Right. What's that old saying? Be the best version of yourself.
Right. I also think and maybe it's just me, but his demeanor. He's not like a rah-rah guy.
Right.
to me, he's kind of like laid back. And I mean, I guess there's nothing wrong with that. But
are you gonna blame the light skin again?
No.
My bad. I'm sorry.
No, I wasn't good. That's all good. It's all good. Nah, I wasn't even gonna go there, but that's funny as hell.
Wow.
What? That's funny. It's hilarious.
I agree.
But I'm just saying. It's his demeanor. He's not again, if you're not that type of guy and whatnot, because I think like the writers and those voters for MVP in consideration, they look at that. They just
it has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with that. It's about the narrative that they
set. Right.
What Dom said earlier, Luka is a bigger version of James Harden. He's always played that way. But the media wanted to villainize James Harden and glorify Luka. Now, Luka wasn't winning until Kyrie got there. Now, the Kyrie is there, and it's like, you can't freeze me out. I'm just as good, and on certain nights, I'm better than you. Like on certain nights, I'm a problem for the other team. When you are taking step back threes, and I'm a problem for the other team. So now they can't focus on you solely, and it's like, no matter how well Kyrie plays, the attention and all the praise is going to go to Luka. And it's just like, okay, well, the media wants a certain type of narrative when it comes to NBA players. They want the European players. They want a certain narrative. This is how the game should be played. Right. It's like, okay, well, he doesn't play any defense. He's great on the offensive end. He's got a couple of jumping beans. These guys with pogo sticks, they get the ball, Gafford, and he can throw alley-oops or whatever. Great. Other than that, he's still a ball-dominant player. He's still going to take the step-back threes. He's still going to, again, this is the narrative that you want. So you making this a good thing now. When James Harden was doing it, it was bad. It was bad. It's hard to watch.
Right.
But now that Luka's doing it, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. He's it's like he's reinventing the game. And it's just like, there's a couple of variables there. Kyrie coming in, showing up and balling out, and then the narrative around it, because the NBA started getting smaller and smaller for James Harden. When he was in his prime, and the commentators and all these guys are like Barkley. I'm like, dude, like you dogged James Harden. You dogged James Harden for playing that way. But then for Luka, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, he's a bad man. He's a bad man. He's that guy. This and that. Blah, blah. It's like, just talking heads. It's like, whatever the narrative is, I guarantee you he wins the MVP next season.
And if that happens, Bishop, you know what the irony will be? One, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll be the 7th year a non-American has won the MVP. And who was the last American to have won it?
Steph Curry.
Nope.
We just mentioned he's the mirror image of the guy Bishop says is going to
James Harden. Wow, that's right.
Harden.
Right.
Is the last U.S. citizen to win MVP.
Wow.
And we had ran the gauntlet before that. Harden, Westbrook, Curry, Durant, James, Rose, James, Bryant. You know, we ran the gauntlet, but now it's like we can't win the MVP. I'm not saying we veered off. I'm not saying Jayson Tatum should have won it.
But he's got some serious background.
Yeah, 64 wins, and I don't even know where he placed in the voting, to be honest. Which like I really don't care. If you're not fourth, if you were second, third.
That's ridiculous.
To Bishop's point with Kyrie, again, we've seen this movie with Luka. When did he get to the conference finals last? When they had Jalen Brunson. When they had another guy that could, move and shake and get his – he had to. You basically get put on Doncic's team. You basically better be a guy that can get your own shot. Or be ready to catch a pass with 2.8 seconds on the shot clock. But we've seen this movie. We've seen how Jalen Brunson helped carry him to the finish line. Yeah. So yeah, that's a shitty narrative to me. I don't care what his numbers are. I will definitely agree with Bishop when it comes to this time. Sometimes these numbers are so. Yeah.
Reg.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with your background, man.
I don't know. What are you hearing?
It sounds
like metal.
Sound like you reenacting Django over there. At the beginning of the movie,
I'm watching the game. I know my daughter was making a little bit of noise.
Okay, but actually, it sounds.
At the beginning of the movie when they're walking, walking through the mountains.
Yeah, you hear it now?
No, not now. Not now. Not this second. But it sounds.
Just say Django.
So stupid.
It kind of sounded like he was what do you call it, man? Like on the J train or something like that. I'm like, what's happening, man?
I turned the volume down on the TV and everything.
So y'all think this is even going to be a competitive series?
Dude, like I said,
not the way this dude is working him right now. The unicorn is giving it to him.
Whatever. Till he gets injured. So what?
I don't know. Tatum is a bum, yo. I don't like him.
How could you say that guy's a wait? How could you call him a bum?
He takes way too many threes. He's not a bum. He just takes way too many threes.
Exactly. Oh my God! Come on, man.
The best that he played.
He's not playing. He's not playing his size. That's what I'm saying. Like, you got a smaller guy on you. Why are you still out at the 3-point line? I don't get it, bro.
Who's that?
Wow.
Tatum.
They're up by almost 20. I mean, you know what? To me, you're gonna hear again when you talk about irony. The Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, please.
Decided we don't like you no more, Drew. We want to go with the new shiny toy that can't play, as Bishop would say, a lick of defense.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be some shit if he wins another chip?
He's
always going to be that guy, guys. I don't care what you think, what you say.
Drew Holiday, I liked him a lot.
5 years ago, I wish the Knicks would have got him when he was a free agent in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
The Bucks messed up totally.
He ain't one of the best two-way. We keep using the word two-way player in the NBA.
He is the best
other than Drew Holiday is a really good two-way player. I'll wait.
Drew Holiday?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? At one point, I would have to say Clay is up there as well. At one point.
Yeah, and Paul George.
Okay,
I'm talking about right now.
Right now, no.
Two-way player. But you never hear Drew Holiday. And I said this back when he was balling in Milwaukee. This guy is probably the best. He's definitely the best two-way guard by far.
Yeah.
Right. I can agree.
I can't even think of somebody that's in the conversation when it comes to that shit.
Right.
And here he is now. If the Celtics win a chip, we're gonna hear Tatum, Brown.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I think Bishop brought it up. Him versus Kyrie is really the stick for this championship.
Hmm.
And if fate would have it again, he has a tendency of locking said player down.
True that.
It's like Kyrie can come with left or right, but Drew Holiday is one of them dudes that it's like, I could guard you whether you left-handed, right-handed. I'm gonna make you do stuff that you can't do.
Don't want to do. Right.
Exactly.
Can't do. Like
exactly.
Kyrie is
you gotta go to your 4th, 5th move with him.
But Kyrie has
For
that.
sure.
Kyrie's shooting jump shots with his left hand. You know how hard that is? Kyrie shooting jump shots with his left hand, like live game shots with his left hand, and he right-handed. That is crazy. Like that's in his bag. That's in his bag.
Yeah. Yes.
I think what else gets overlooked with Holiday, well, people should know now, not just us, that he's stronger than when you look at him on the court, you think 6'4", 200, whatever. But he's a physical, strong, and he's a point guard, guys.
Yep.
I forget that part. He's a point guard.
Well, I hope they don't bury him on Luka.
It don't matter. It don't. I don't care. They could put him. They could
Well,
put him on Dallas center.
At this point right now, it don't matter because they killing him, bro.
Yeah, it's over. That's what I mean. Or I can't get into this. I didn't think this was going to be such a, oh my God, what am I
21
missing?
Yeah,
points.
yeah. This is such a series to watch or whatnot.
Yeah.
Not,
And
not
you know
on that
what?
level.
According to the NBA, with their favorite keywords, star-driven, well, you got some stars in this. You got Brown, you got Tatum, you got Luka, you got Kyrie, you got the good other parts, and you would think this was going to be, but I ain't see it. I ain't see it.
No. You got the
Sorry.
two black coaches, two black head
Yeah,
coaches going against each other. You
right.
know. Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe this will turn into a 7-game series, which I highly doubt. But
Same here.
think of how it pains me to think the Celtics are going to win a chip. What kind of shit am I talking right now? That'd be like
Hey, listen.
that'd be like me hoping the Red Sox come back and get back into the mix. Really?
Hey,
Come on.
listen. Don't do that because we was up. How many games? Don't do that.
Yeah.
that hurt
Yeah.
me, bro.
Yeah.
That hurt a lot.
But again, I can't bring the Knicks up, and I'm not going to use the coulda, shoulda, woulda. But with the Knicks, come on, guys, to accomplish what they accomplished it with, the NBA's version of the Wounded Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I mean, here's the ironic thing: talking Tyrese Halliburton talked all that. He gets hurt in the playoffs and they get swept. And he says, "Well, I guess that's true. The healthiest team wins." What did you just wake up this morning, you fool? Really? You just played a team that had players you couldn't even spell their name.
Right.
And now you're going to say, well, yeah, the healthiest team. No shit, Sherlock. This is why they got to stop giving mics to anybody, because it just gets stupid. And you tend to forget what you said last series. You run around sticking your chest out playing a damn G League team. And then you get hurt and your team gets swept. The Knicks didn't get swept. Y'all ain't sweep the Knicks. I don't care how many games the Knicks was up. Y'all ain't sweep the Knicks. But your asses got swept.
Well, the feeling there is, okay, so you really got a chance to see the caliber of team that Indiana was, because Brooklyn didn't even play that great. So then what do I go back to? I go back to Tom Thibodeau got coached by a has-been burnout coach. You got out coached by this recycle has-been burnout and Rick Carlisle, because that team is horrible. Like Halliburton was hurt. He was hurt the whole Knicks series. I think he played one game that he wasn't hurt. He was hurt.
I think he milked that shit too. Come on.
Yeah, well, some of it maybe, but he was hurt that whole series, and I gotta ask myself, what was the Knicks? I'm not saying the Knicks were coming out of the East, because they weren't. They weren't. They weren't coming out of the East. I'm just saying, like, you couldn't outcoach this guy. Like, you couldn't look at their roster. You couldn't say the only legitimate big that they got is Auntie Miles. He's the only legitimate big that they got.
Right.
He's the only legitimate big that they got, and you couldn't beat that team. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't know, Bishop. I think the Knicks, again, with the hands they was dealt, they was
some of that was self-inflicted. Some of that was self-inflicted.
Even as a Knicks fan, I gotta say, you know what? They took this gauntlet much further than anybody could imagine. I mean, you're missing what? At one time, and matter of fact, even at the end of time, you were missing 3 of your 5 starters, and you went to a game 7.
Two of them were, I think, self-inflicted.
When you say self-inflicted, what are you saying, sir?
So Julius Randle, Jaime Jaquez, you remember the play? Jaime Jaquez made a stupid play.
Yes.
There's no way you were gonna block that shot. You undercut this dude, and I hope Randle remembers that when they play Miami again, because it's like, yo, dude, there was no way you were gonna block that shot. So I don't know why you would even, come and undercut me like that. And I say self-inflicted. What I'm saying is, you ran these dudes into the ground. You ran them into the ground. It's like abdominal strains are from high usage. That's what abdominal strains. You get an abdominal strain if it's high use. High use. The play, I don't know if you remember. I'm not saying that this is why he got hurt, But if you rewatch that game, Brunson had turned the ball over like 2 or 3 times in a row. A couple of times on the inbounds, just like losing focus, and then one time like on a pass in a half court set. So he had turned the ball over, and he was trying to get back to hustle back, and that's how he broke his hand when he hit what's the name's knee. So what that says to me is, if you're losing the type of player that he is, who's ultra focused and so forth, when you start losing focus, that's a sign of fatigue. It's a sign of fatigue.
Okay.
When you start losing focus like that, and it's very uncommon for him to be turning the ball over like that 2-3 times in a row. Yeah, he'll make a bad pass here and there, but just like losing focus, losing sight of the ball on the inbounds, dribbling the ball off your leg, whatever it is, it's a sign of fatigue. So
it's also a sign of you trying to do too much because you're playing with such little.
Right. But again, it's fatigue.
We're sitting there talking, we're splitting hairs, and we're talking about, a Josh Hart who,
I was about to bring that up.
In any given season, he's coming off the bench. Never mind playing 40 minutes a game. He's coming off the bench. He's a bench player. But now he's a 6'4" power forward on a team that don't have a power forward, and your power forward gets hurt. And you got
but we accepted
Hartenstein, who did the best he could because your center. Again, guys, we're looking at one point in time in this season. There was 2 games the Knicks played. They were missing all 5 of their starters. And this was early in the season, so we can't talk fatigue. We can't talk wherewithal. We're talking just straight up injuries. And I understand they happen. But again, I look at it as a Knicks fan. I'll tell you what, guys, and I'm not going to get winded with Knicks, but this is the only season I think the Knicks got eliminated that I felt good. I felt good about myself, about our team, about where we're going, what we're doing. Normally, your team gets eliminated. You're like, oh man, that is bullshit. We could have did this, but no, I didn't. For some reason, guys, I didn't think like that this year. I was like, hey guys, you probably gave me far more than I could ever imagine, especially with the circumstances we was given. And y'all went out. Y'all went out kind of weak. We got blown out at home, but come on, guys. If you would have told me that any team, and I said this earlier on, when these injuries happen without the 67 games. If you was to tell me one team, any team in the NBA, you pick it, not me, that they had that many injuries and they end up the 2nd seed, tell me who that team is.
I couldn't
tell
you.
That team would have been.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, we Dom, you are absolutely right. I wouldn't say we overachieved.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say we overachieved, but I think we could have gotten to the conference finals. We wouldn't have won it, but we would have been a tough out.
Right.
A tough out. Out.
Well, you'd have been a better competition than Indiana, obviously.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
But my concern is, I hope that these injuries are not lingering injuries. Because you remember, Brunson had the foot injury before he broke his hand. He had something going on with his foot.
Yep.
The abdominal strains, it's like, you can re-aggravate that really easily. Really easily, and it's just like usage. It's not anything that you can do to rehab it like that because you use your stomach for everything.
Yes.
You use your abdominal muscles for just about everything.
So we also got to remember, guys, and I said this all year because everybody wants to play, minutes police until I found that defund the minutes police gift. There was no Nick in the top 16 until the season got to the point where we had nobody. There was no Nick in the top 16 in minutes per game. None. Not Brunson, not Randall, definitely not Anunoby, not Josh Hart. Because remember, when this season started, Josh Hart wasn't a starter.
No, he wasn't.
Matter of fact, guys, when this season started, DiVincenzo wasn't even a starter.
True.
We put our eggs in the Quentin Grimes bag.
Grimes, exactly. Yep. That's true.
You know what that happened.
We had quickly. When this season started, guys, I'll put it this way. Where this season started and where it ended, we was a totally different team.
This is true.
Because of trades, injuries. We was a totally different team. I mean, shit, guys, we brought Alec Burke out of the dead in Detroit. And he was like stepping up.
Yeah.
Because we had nobody else.
Right.
I mean, God bless. I mean, again, guys, I look at it where I see where we're going and what the possibilities of this team in the Eastern Conference, a healthy Knicks team. You can say who you want, who we should go get. I can't get into the ifs and ands and rumors. I'm just saying they're a good team, and finally we're on the upward trajectory. So I can't look at everything that happened this year like we failed. I mean, shit. Like I said, 5 injuries, 6 injuries, second seed, 50 wins. But we want to sit here and I firmly believe, guys, even with the injuries, we could have beat Indiana. But you know what? They was probably. Well, not for Boston's sake, because they got hurt in that series. But they was probably the healthiest team we faced in probably months.
The problem
with our injuries, and it came back to haunt them against Boston. Again, guys, I'm not saying the Knicks would have beat Boston, but let's keep it a buck, fellas. The Celtics did not play a healthy team the whole playoff. Not one.
But I'm saying you can't. They were winning. They were winning games all season. They were winning the games that they were supposed to win. So if you do what you're supposed to do, and you've been doing it all season, I don't have any problem with the fact that you're facing the injured, the walking wounded. I don't have a problem with that because you still got to play the game.
Right.
You still got to play the game.
I'm just saying it makes it a little easier, Bishop.
Yeah. They had a cakewalk.
Okay. Yeah.
Cakewalk. They had a cakewalk. They had a cakewalk. They had a cakewalk to the finals.
Yeah.
Right.
Coming out of the East, it was easy. It was
Right.
easy.
Very.
But they established that throughout the season, winning the games that we're supposed to win.
Right. And I don't think Dallas stands a chance, guys.
Yeah.
Honestly, if they win a game, I'll be shocked.
So the thing too is like, okay, well, how they prop Dallas up is like, oh yeah, they're great defensively because they got Gafford back there blocking shots. Dude, they don't. Boston doesn't play like that, so he could stand in the paint and be waiting for guys to penetrate. It's like, yo, you got a 7'6" guy that somebody has to guard because he's 2 to 3 feet behind the 3-point line. You can't block his shot, dude. Like you got Tatum and Brown who got mid-range games and they can shoot the 3. One of them, they both drive to the basket pretty hard when they want to. So it's like, and I don't know who you got. I don't know who you. I don't know who you got on your team that can match up with those two guys. Now, granted, Luka and Kyrie are great offensively, but you can't count on them to stop anybody. That last series.
I was going to say that, Bishop. Here's where the wheels get, 50. You're giving up 115 points a night, and you're playing a team that only gives up 109.
And that you said that the last series with the Knicks, and it held true. Like it held true.
Not to mention the Celtics score 120 points a night.
Right.
You're playing a team that, on average, what did I say, gives up
109.
115 points a night.
Okay, 115. Excuse me.
So even on a good night, the Celtics should score 117.
Right.
That's not a good. I don't know. To me, that's not a sign of a good series. You'll hear
one of those guys.
You'll hear all the NBA junkies. No.
You stop one of them guys. You can stop one of them. Kyrie is guardable. It's been proven. He's guardable. He's tough, but he's guardable. You remember?
I ain't watching the game. Is Drew Holiday checking Kyrie?
I don't even know. I assume that he would probably be one of the guys, or him and Derek.
No,
White.
Holiday is on the bench right now, and
is Derek White guarding him?
Derek White is guarding him.
Yeah, so Derek White is
now,
6'4". So Drew Holiday and Derek White are like the same size and tough defensively. And you don't really count on them for offense like that. So
63-42 at the half.
But so that's the thing about this Derek White. What Bishop is saying, I think they didn't expect that. But what he's giving them offensively, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy is what, your third, fourth option?
He can give you 30.
Scoring 15.5 points a night on that team?
He can give you 30.
Yeah, he can.
Nights.
Yeah, he can.
They're on pace to score 126.
Yeah, when he was with San Antonio, he was the guy. But then they went to the youth movement, And I was like, okay, well, and it took him a couple of seasons to find his
Right.
footing
Put it together.
because you had Marcus Smart, he was a mainstay there,
Yeah.
and it was like, yeah, you're not taking his spot,
Mm-hmm.
even though you're much better than him, you're not going to take his spot because it's Marcus Smart. He been here, he a fan favorite, whatever. But
Exactly.
I don't know. It's like it's just not a very interesting, compelling series to me.
No.
Even though I'm
In
a
the
basketball
first
junkie.
half, guys, the Mavericks have won one major category, and that's steals. They got 4 steals. The Celtics got 3.
Crying to the referees. Crying to the
They're getting smoked from 3, from the field.
It's like
They
he
can't
gets the
cry.
foul call.
They can't cry to the referees about what
He
the hell
gets
they
the
doing.
foul
They
call, but I'm
stick-
saying he gets the foul call. He's still crying.
Exactly.
Like, dude, you going to the free throw line. You made the shot, and I'm giving you the foul, and he's still complaining.
Yeah, he got 14 shots in the first half already.
That's it?
Yeah. Well, that's on pace for 28 shots and 30 shots in one game.
Wow.
I'm saying he usually gets about 15 to 20.
Well, I'll tell you this much. He's going to need to have a triple-double every game, starting with 30 points.
He can. And
Which he can do. Right.
He'll get swept.
Right.
He'll average a triple-double and still get swept. Go figure that out. He only got 1 assist so far, so I don't think he's getting one tonight. He got 3 turnovers.
Right.
He got them. I don't know.
That's
How
it.
many minutes are in the half? 24?
24.
He played 20 out of the 24 minutes.
And he only took 14 shots. Wow.
How many points is
14, 2 for 6 from 3.
How many points does he have?
17.
17.
As Bishop would say, on 14 shots, that is not very effective.
No, it's not.
That's
not.
R.J. Barrett type number.
Exactly. Exactly.
But they would say, yo, he did phenomenal. He got 17 points.
Look at
Right.
just the points.
There goes that narrative.
He got 17 points. He did phenomenal. He's
There
carrying
goes that narrative. There goes that narrative.
Yo, where's Kyrie? What's Kyrie doing? Kyrie's got to wake up.
He only shot 3. He only shot, well, not only, but he got 9 shots. 3 for 9, 0 for 3 from 3.
Yeah, Kyrie's got
2
to
assists.
join the party. That's what they're gonna say.
Exactly. Yeah.
Kyrie's got to join the party. He's got to join the party. He got to wake up.
This is gonna be. I'm interested in the talk tomorrow. What it's gonna be.
No, you could listen to the halftime.
Yeah. Well.
The
Yeah.
halftime. Like, yo, he can't do it by himself. Kyrie has to step up. We expected Kyrie to do this. We expected Kyrie to do that.
Right.
It's like, yo.
until Holiday had something to say about it.
Yeah, it's like, you know how disinterested I am in this series.
Oh
Like,
God, please listen.
I've started watching WNBA games.
Yeah.
Now that's
Like,
I thought we was going to touch on
I got
that
the Yankees at least.
Well,
Nah, I've been watching.
I gotta get on that.
Commissioner's Cup. This
I
Commissioner's
tried one
Cup.
game.
Uh-huh.
I'll be honest.
Nah, you gotta get the right teams. Like
That's the thing.
when the Los Angeles Aces when they play, when
The
New York
Vegas Aces.
plays,
I heard the Liberty got a good team.
when New York
Yes, they do.
plays, when New York plays,
You know where they play.
Stewart, yo, Brianna Stewart. When Phoenix plays, those teams, it's like, yo, Brianna Stewart is like, yo, she giving everybody buckets.
Yes.
wow.
I mean,
Yes.
like, yo,
Aces, Sky.
she
whomever.
giving everybody buckets.
Everybody.
Wow.
I think.
What about the Fever?
They played? They played.
They blew them out by
Chicago.
30.
Yeah, they were up by like 30 something. What
They blew them out by 30.
when they played? What does Angel Reese play? She plays in Chicago.
Yeah.
I think so.
Chicago
Yeah.
Sky.
Yeah, yo, Brianna Stewart. It's like, yo, welcome to the league, rookie.
Hold these. Barbecue chicken.
She bugged her so much she got ejected from the game.
Wow.
So,
Oh, your man Josh Hart is Josh Hart is there.
Where?
Commentary. On the halftime show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear what he has to say, dude. Stick to your podcast.
Matter of fact, the Liberty blew out some team tonight. The Dream.
Wow.
Whoever they are.
Yeah, the Liberty is
Atlanta
they're tough.
Dream.
They tough. The Liberty is they tough. They
I
got
think I'm going to
bigs.
start getting into that.
Yeah, they got bigs.
I tried. Matter of fact, it was the Liberty. I saw one of the Liberty games.
Okay.
I don't know.
The only
You wasn't feeling it. Wasn't feeling it.
Nah,
No, but like I said, I'm a Yankee fan, so
right.
I put all that other stuff on the back burner, and
I hear you.
I don't want to hear all the arguing and
I hear you.
and this and that.
The Yankees was up 8-5. They have a rain delay.
Well, they won that game.
That game. Oh, it's over.
Oh no, it's delayed. My bad because of the rain.
Yeah, rain delay.
Only thing the Liberty missing is a point guard. The point guard is suspect.
Okay.
She's very suspect at times. She's a good controller of the game, but her offense is like, when teams be like, we're gonna force her to shoot.
Right.
It's like, she can't shoot. And it's just like,
You talking about Sabrina?
No, not Anescu. Anescu she got a flamethrower. I'm talking about the point guard.
The point guard.
Oh,
exactly.
Okay.
Actually, the answer
she was the point.
Nah.
Two
guard.
Okay. Okay.
And to answer your question, Dom, it was pouring out here in New York. Yeah.
It was raining here too. It just came. The sky just fell out.
It ain't rain here yet, Bishop. It's supposed to all day, but
okay.
The sky just about 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
6 o'clock, the sky just fell out for about 20 minutes, a half an hour, and then then it's the typical North Carolina fashion. Then it just stopped, and life moved on.
Sun was shining after that.
I know it was hot as shit today, though.
Yeah.
Well, all right, gents.
Humidity.
Let me get to this.
You had another topic. I thought you were going to talk about the fights.
What fight?
Didn't Deontay Wilder?
Wasn't they get knocked out?
Oh, that I wasn't going to talk about it. We can. Listen, it's over.
Ain't nothing to talk about, bro.
Yeah, exactly. It's over. It's over.
It's done.
It's over. That's it. It was over. Like I think Bishop, you had pointed out the fact about the twerking and the jeggings in that video. And
you have to remind me of that.
Yeah,
what am I looking?
He might be down with Miles.
What is happening here,
dude? At that point, it was over. It was over for him because here's a guy. You relied on the internet being an internet sensation in the boxing genre with the one hitter quitter, and you rode that to a certain level. Okay, my thing is you didn't hone your craft. You didn't come up with a jab. You didn't come up with a different philosophy. You're out there flailing, like a girl. The girl fight.
Dude,
what?
An R&B album or some kind. He was singing like R&B or like slow jams or something.
Are you serious?
Like it's like dude, like oh jeez.
Did anybody watch that fight?
No, I didn't see it. I didn't even know it was on. How about that?
I saw the highlights.
I saw the ticker, and then a couple of the guys were talking about it in the group. A couple of guys mentioned it in the group. It was
yeah.
I didn't even realize there was a fight on.
Same here.
And then it was just like, okay, well, I knew. So I look. Sometimes I look at the schedule because I'm always interested when Tank is gonna fight. I'm always interested.
Right.
And it's like. I saw his name. I was like, when I saw the person's name, I was like, I don't know who that is. So
Exactly.
That's just another build up. He trying to get some Joshua money, so he building up, fighting. Like school teachers.
I told you. Street vendors, barbers. I told you guys this. I said this a long time ago. And one guy, I'm not gonna mention his name. He was kind of like championing him, like saying, "Oh, well, how come you don't support this American boxer?" And yeah, exactly. And I was like, dude, I'm like, yo, come on, man, you can't be serious in defending this guy. And I said this a long time ago about him. I was like, he is not that dude. I said, if he goes up against any technically sound boxer, he's gonna lose. And what happened when he went up against a technically sound boxer? He wound up losing 10 times out of 10.
You know when I realized that he was fake?
When
he fought the King Kong dude, the big Dominican dude.
Oh, Ortiz.
When he fought him,
yeah.
I was like, all right, well, I know what this is now.
Right.
He's just in it for the bag.
Right.
Two of them, hey, we'll give them a good show.
Right.
Give them a good show, give them something to cheer about. Act like we really want to hurt each other or whatever. And we both get paid at the end. And we can go live our merry lives. That's what he was in for.
Right.
It's like, but he's made a lot of money. So
he has.
It's not. He hasn't been a failure. It's not a failure.
No, he's made a lot of money. He's made a lot of money.
So it's like, if you ain't doing the right thing with it, then that's something else. But he's had a successful career. If you look at the dollars,
for sure. You know what? There was that point. Another point for me was memorable, and not in exactly a great way, was when he came out in that armor suit, whatever.
Oh, the gladiator suit.
Yeah. And he claimed that it was heavy, so he couldn't move effectively. You know what I'm saying?
Before the fight.
Yeah, I think he lost that fight too, if I'm not mistaken.
He fought. That was the first time he lost to the other soup can.
You know what I'm saying?
That was the first time he lost.
It seems like every time we talked about fighting, it was him losing.
Exactly.
Well, he did beat up the Haitian dude. What was his name?
Oh, Stavern? Yeah.
He did beat him. He did.
Well, who couldn't? Who couldn't?
Can't remember a guy's name. Not a good sign.
I'm just saying, but who couldn't beat up the Haitian guy? Come on.
He came in there looking like Butterbean with dread.
Exactly. That's my point. Who couldn't beat that guy? Come on. Seriously, who couldn't beat that dude? You know what I mean?
So
but that's it.
He thought he was going to be able to Jake Paul his way to a pay-per-view fight with Joshua, a big payday with Joshua.
Nah, they cancel that plan. That's over. That's done.
He thought he was going to be able to Jake Paul his way.
Like, exactly.
You got in the contract. If you hit me, if you knock me out or whatever, then I get more of the money than you do. So we have an incentive here for you to be cautious when you fight me.
But see, he reminds me of again, when you don't take your craft seriously, you're going to ass out at some point down the road. He reminds me of Adrian Broner in a way.
Oh.
Well, he ain't that bad.
I don't know, bro. He's on that. He's kind of on that level, son. He on that level. You know what I'm saying? He on that level.
So Adrian Broner just went out of his way to be a clown. It's like you going in the ring,
right,
talking all this nonsense, and dudes, who's this the dude that Mayweather fought? Maidana. Yo, he cleaned his clock, yo. It's like, yo, that was like talking big talk. He came out of there amazed, confused.
Wait, at the end, wasn't he crying as well?
Yo, he was talking about his emotions. I was like having an emotional breakdown. I'm like,
yo, that was hilarious.
Dancing, yo, AB 110, yo.
Yeah.
I'm about my billions, this and that, yo. Madonna. It was like non-stop pressure, non-stop headshots coming from everywhere. Oh, Madonna was, he was swinging from up above his head. That was crazy. Madonna was like, yo.
I think I'm gonna watch that fight. I'm gonna go on YouTube and watch that fight.
Yo, dude, he was catching them with all kind of stuff. I'm like, yo, did he just throw a punch from his waist? He just threw a punch from his waist. Caught the dude.
Oh, damn.
It's like, no, like at a certain point, AB started walking around in circles. You done when you walking around in circles. The referee.
Oh, that's great.
Trying to get you to engage in a fight.
Exactly.
My dad wanted no parts of nothing except knocking your head off.
I'm sorry, but Deontay's on. Yeah. He's not too far behind Broner in that aspect, man. Not too
So
far behind.
then he go. Didn't Deontay Wilder change trainers or something?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He changed trainers, and you still got this. See, that's a guy that doesn't want it. He don't want it.
No, you
Because
had
if
a worse result. You had a worse result.
Yeah, the worst result. Exactly.
At least the original trainer was able to help you keep the facade up.
Right.
Like you could say, like when you get a trainer who keeps you in the game long enough that you can say, "Night wasn't my night."
Right.
Or you put on a good show for 5.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So we got to work on this. We got to work on that. You say all the right things. It's like
right.
There's no chances you having any type of post.
He ain't want it. He ain't want it.
Type of post-fight commentary about this or about that. Yeah. There's no chance of that happening.
Like I said, he ain't want it, bro. He ain't want it. He ain't want it. No. All right, gentlemen. Let me break out. Good discussion tonight. I want to thank you guys. Thanks, Reg. Thanks, Dom. Thanks, Bishop, for being here. People that support. Appreciate you guys. Till next time, probably do an unhinged whole show, beginning with Biden and his nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The executive order, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yo, please, somebody said something about you turning into Charlemagne the God with all this political stuff going on.
Who said that?
I'm just saying, this rumor have it. The rumor's out there.
Hey, man. It's all right, man. It's all right. Yeah, bitch. It's all right. I don't want to be that guy.
Remember when he wouldn't even talk about stuff like this? I mean,
who Charlemagne the God?
No,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yo, that political stuff is like, it just depends on what day it is, the time of the day, and who telling the story.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. This guy, your president. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll hold off on that till next time.
Yeah, for sure. Your boy.
I will say this.
Yes, sir.
I was afraid when he went to that 80th anniversary of D-Day.
Please.
I'm like, man, please don't embarrass us.
Exactly. Don't faint. Okay.
and he almost did it. They're doing the commemoration, and he's trying to find his seat, and his wife's trying to tell him, don't sit down yet, and I'm like, oh, come on, man.
He's embarrassing. He's embarrassing.
Not today.
You got two people up there. You got two people up there that are just like neither one of them really know what's going on.
Right.
You got the other dude talking about he talking about Obama. He's still talking about Obama. What? Like what? What does Obama got to do with this? What does Jimmy Carter got to do with this? Like, Jimmy Carter's in hospice. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
he's funny as hell, though. He's funny. I'm sorry.
It was like,
what a world.
Both, we between a rock and a hard place.
You got that right.
Both.
It's like, I'm just, you know what? Not that I know we want to, but I'll tell you what, guys. All jokes aside, I get kind of scary when I see Biden.
Yeah,
I don't want to see the worst happen on live television, like he just passes out or And that, as much as I don't like him, and I think he's, goofy as shit. I don't wish nothing bad on nobody, but I'm just afraid that one day he's gonna, what they say, I'm falling and I can't get up.
And Dom,
he got the life alert. He got the life alert.
To be quite frank. I'm not even saying that it would be an embarrassment to America. No, I'm saying that because it would be painful to see that, All jokes aside.
Dom, I'm going to tell you something right now. My thing is, I got to tell you, I when this guy got elected, I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't think he'd make it through his term.
Me either.
Okay? I didn't think he'd make it through his term. And as horrifying as that is, what's even more horrifying is who would be in his steed that no good vice president. I can't stand her. I cannot stand her. I hate her with a passion. Okay. I think we would be out of the frying pan into the fire with her. There's absolutely no question about it. So
Yeah, I don't think we've been in a position like this.
Yeah.
Well, then again, God bless Obama. If you didn't like him for nothing else, he stood in good shape, and we never had to worry about him passing out and Biden becoming president. But now we have him anyway. So
yeah. Well, might have to put out some feelers for The Rock, and Kevin Hart could be his vice president. Who knows? Who knows? I'm just saying.
Oh God.
Who knows? Who knows?
Have y'all ever saw that on Netflix?
The roast?
Hart, where he's trying to become an action hero.
No. Die Hard. No,
they got two of them actually.
I'll pass.
They're pretty funny, but
nah, bro. I'm
kind of burnt out on Kevin Hart,
dude. I really didn't find them funny during the roast of Tom Brady. I was like, okay.
I saw that too. Yeah.
You said Kevin Hart got 2 specials on Netflix?
They're movies.
2 movies.
And then he did the special with Tom Brady.
Yo, Cat Williams is somewhere right now.
Warming up the mic.
breaking furniture. You know what I'm saying? Messing his hair up.
Right. Dude. Yeah, bro.
I'll tell you what though. Where does that guy make? I always like Cat Williams. I'll say that right from the get-go. But man, he was spilling tea.
Yeah.
That shit just seemed to, I ain't gonna say come to fruition, but man.
He wasn't lying.
No,
exactly.
Thank you, Bishop. I wanted to say that, but I'm like,
he wasn't lying.
He wasn't lying.
The crazy part about that to me is, yo, Shannon Sharp has become the new Wendy Williams.
Oh,
yep.
You freaking gossiper.
Word.
It's like only thing, instead of you doing it over tea, you're doing it over cognac.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow. He took the formula. You can call him Auntie Shannon.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what's going on with him with that. I don't know if that's his son or who that young boy is. I don't know who that is. The one that had on the Uggs. And I'm like, yeah, this looks a little suspect.
And he got another podcast where it's him and Ocho.
Okay.
That's like even. I don't know, guys. These former players, and they hitting it big with these podcasts, man. I don't know what it is, who's listening. I know I'm not. So
the same man.
But I don't get it, fellas. But you know, it is a free America, free enterprise.
Gossip sells.
Yeah. Exactly.
Don't forget. What's the name comes out tomorrow? Not that I would run to the movies, but you know, I look at Bad Boys the same way I looked at Fast and the Furious.
Bro,
I seen one, so I almost feel compelled to see another.
Dude,
the only one I didn't feel like that about, guys, is Mission Impossible, because each Mission Impossible was better than the last one.
Okay.
These series they have now, it's just like they throw this shit together. And
well, I gotta tell you honestly, once I see a sequel, I see one. Then when I start seeing 3, 4, 5, I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Right.
I'm good. I won't even entertain it. I won't even watch it on my Fire Stick. I'm done.
But that's the one thing I can say about Mission Impossible. I've watched every one of them, but it wasn't like I'm watching it because like how I see about Bad Boys and Fast and Furious. Oh, you know what, Bishop? Like me and my son used to say, "Oh, fuck, Dad, we done seen every one of them."
Exactly.
We're locked in now. We just got to keep going, even when they started flying planes from one hotel room to another. And
right.
We thought that was it for us, and we saw the next one and the next one. And
come on.
But if you ever follow the Mission Impossible series, serious guys, those ones each one is better than the last.
I would check that out. You know,
especially the last one. This is the first time they did a part 1, part 2. The last one that came out of the part 1.
Right.
So that means you're gonna see this one extended. Normally, they'll have one, it ends, and they come back with a new scenario.
Exactly.
But this one is like a continuation. And again, not to get on the movie buff, we still haven't picked a new James Bond yet, so
Yeah, you know they're gonna have what's the name?
Who?
That British dude?
Oh, Idris Elba?
No,
Who?
the one who was always the one who did that Crank.
Oh, Jayson Statham?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yo,
I don't
Dom,
think he fits that.
that's where they
mold.
going. That's where they going with that. The whole.
Nah, he's too much of an action hero.
Come on, man.
Nah.
Come on, yo. Get the hell out of here.
When you take on that role, you can't do jack else.
Pretty much.
You just locked in for like 5 years or whatever that.
Pretty much. Look at what's his name. Look at this guy. He came out of I shouldn't say he came out of nowhere, but Daniel Craig.
Oh,
that was it.
Yeah.
He was just like you said. He was locked in. That was it.
What? At least he did make a few movies before that, just like Idris.
Right.
Idris has been on series and movies. Not that they were,
of course,
Oscar-winning movies, but
But
he's been
out
in the
there.
business for a minute,
for sure.
And he does fit the role. You know, James Bond really is not a name; it's a brand.
Right. It's a brand, for sure.
So it don't matter. The only criteria is that you're a Brit.
Right.
You have
exactly.
to be a Brit to be James Bond. You
exactly.
Black, white. I just hope they don't come out with a gay one. Excuse me.
Oh boy.
We late on that one.
Yeah.
But that's the only criteria, guys. Is that you're a Brit.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's a criteria of is a man-woman thing. I just know every James Bond has been a man, but
they'll be that James Bond.
I can't think of another Brit that could fall in that role right now that's at least recognizable other than Idris Elba. Though, again, guys, if you ever watched the James Bond series, we never heard of none of these guys till he became James Bond. So,
well, I'll tell you right now, you could expect a James Bond at some point.
Yeah.
Would it be surprising? You could expect that.
Well, you know what? They'll flip it, though. Or it'll go back to the nomenclature. Because remember, James Bond is just 007.
Yeah.
The name James Bond is just like, Reggie Jackson.
Right, exactly.
The brand is 007.
Yep.
So they'll definitely, latch on to that 007 is not James Bond,
Right.
It could be R. Jones.
Crazy, man.
But I'm a movie buff, so I didn't mean to interrupt with that.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I think I'll just wait for Bad Boys to come on demand and
that's it. I'm just waiting for my Fire Stick. Call it a day. I'm not spending no money for that. No.
Oh, man.
We'll also talk about how if he looks sickly or not. Martin Lawrence. I don't know what's up with that guy. I don't know.
You know what? I had this comment. My wife was saying the same thing. Not to drag this on, but I was telling my wife. I said, "I'm not a doctor. I don't know."
Yeah.
But I just know that, believe it or not, man, as vocal and as funny as Martin is, he's not like that in real life. He's subdued. He's quiet.
Yes.
He'll tell you, now this guy, talking about Will Smith, this guy he just got too much energy and he's acting like he's still 21 years old. Where Martin is more. I mean, I hope
you can stop that. Just bring up the name Jada. Bring up the name Jada. You can stop that right then and there.
Oh.
You're gonna be sitting down crying and getting emotional.
Y'all guys know that. Like Martin's never been into that. That rah hype.
Nah.
And now you got him going on these whirlwind tours with Mr. Hyper himself.
Exactly.
Martin's probably just thinking, play the fucking movie.
That's it.
You either watch this shit or you don't. But I
ain't
time for this.
And that's it.
It's just a movie, man. I mean, whoa.
Oh God. All right, let me get my black ass out of here. You know what I'm saying?
All right, guys.
Guys, thanks again. Appreciate you.
All right, fellas.
All right.
All right, peace.
Peace.
Peace out, fellas.
All right, guy.